Ethereum has just reached a new all-time high. So where does it go from here? Does it stop here or does it continue to 6, 7, even 8K Ethereum? That's what we're gonna be covering in today's video. Now, I do wanna mention as well, okay? I gotta pat myself on the back a little bit here because not only did we catch the initial ETH scalp long from right here, took full profits at a 1 to 5 RR, we also caught the second move on Ethereum from this order block, sniper entry all the way up to all-time highs. And if you guys don't believe me, here is the proof. Okay, I'm posting all of my trades in real time inside the Pro Discord. We also caught this Bitcoin long position as well, which I will jump into. I also talked about this setup on this channel. So make sure to get inside the Pro Discord if you guys are not inside of there already. We are absolutely crushing. So let's go to a higher time frame here and let's look at Ethereum and what it's doing currently. So we are seeing some initial rejection here after sweeping that all-time high, right? So we just swept that all-time high. It looks like we're rejecting a little bit. You know, personally, guys, after a 4-year breakout, similar to what happened with Bitcoin breaking out of its 4-year accumulation phase, I doubt that Ethereum is going to top here, okay? I still think we have a lot of room to run. We may consolidate a little bit here. It might breathe a little bit, and then as soon as those ETFs start buying again, we can continue to the upside. Where are the targets? I've already talked about the targets in a previous video, but I'm targeting 6, 7, 8K Ethereum, guys. You know, I don't think the top is in until we reach those extended figures. The top is in on an asset when a majority of the people believe that it will continue to go higher, right? When there's max euphoria in the market. I don't see that here with Ethereum, okay? Even looking at ETH BTC, you know, this still has a lot of room to run, right? I talked about how this was kind of the only local resistance level, which we're currently breaking out of now. And there's really no more resistance, you know, up until these levels here, which could put Ethereum at a, you know, 5, 6K Ethereum, right? At minimum, you know, let alone if we get up to these levels, right? This could easily be a 7, 8, 9K Ethereum at these higher prices on the ETH BTC chart, right? So again, I think that we'll probably continue to see higher highs here. We swept that all-time high, but now I think we're probably going to consolidate for a little bit, maybe go down one more time here to fill this imbalance, and then continue to the upside for Ethereum. So if you aren't in an Ethereum long position for whatever reason, even though we talked about it on this channel as well multiple times, you can look for a retest of this order block all the way down here. Now, again, do I think we're going to get this? Probably not, but if you're not in an Ethereum long, this is the only level that I'd be looking to get in, okay? I wouldn't be looking to get in, you know, anywhere around here. So if we get another retrace down here to this order block, that is where I would be looking to enter another long position on Ethereum, looking for those bullish divergences to go long. But I don't know if we're going to get that, okay? Because taking a look at Bitcoin here as well, this had also followed our plan to a T. Okay, so I talked about how I wanted to see a sweep of the range lows with bullish divergences, which we got right here. Okay, so we look left, we have our major external lows here, our range lows. We come right below that level, bullish divergences. You can see here, we swept internal liquidity as well. So 2 sweeps of liquidity into a reclaim of that level, even down to a 5-minute time frame. So many entries here, guys, right? Giving us that 1-2 setup on the 5-minute time frame, right? Grab our fib, boom, right down to the local golden pocket. That is your entry right there. Stop loss at this swing low, targeting the external liquidity as your take profit. So beautiful trade there on Bitcoin, around a 10 RR trade. So where does Bitcoin go from here? Because we are rejecting from this local golden pocket if we take the fib from the swing high right here to the swing low. We have our local golden pocket. Again, just based on this massive bullish move to the upside, I don't think we're going to make a new low. You know, I think this was probably the local low for the time being, meaning on any notable retrace, again, back down to this order block. You know, will we get a retrace here? I'm not sure, but if we do, this would be a really good area to look for a long here on Bitcoin. Now, it's still important to note, even though we have seen a reaction from the range lows, that doesn't rule out the possibility for lower, okay? Because like I said, we are currently testing this local resistance level, right? This underside test of this resistance. This is also the 0.5 fib of our range here. Okay, so this is the midpoint of our range with the range highs and the range lows. So we could reject here, guys, and potentially see lower lows. if we are to do that, and if we are to retrace here, again, I'll be looking at this level here for our major swing long position, which I've talked about on this channel as well. You can set a DCA limit order here or go to a lower time frame, look for those bullish divergences as price is making a lower low, and that would be my entry trigger there for a long position. But again, I don't want to talk about lower prices until we lose our current level. And as of right now, it does look very bullish. Sweep liquidity, we have this massive move up. Again, I'm expecting price to flip this resistance level for price to hold above it, and then we can see those higher prices as well, maybe even back up to all-time highs. Now, because Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin here, it does look to me that we are later in the cycle than most people are willing to accept. Bitcoin's major move has already happened from 15K to its current prices. So I am watching for two main things to happen from here, okay? Number one, and this is ideally what I would like to see for Bitcoin, is for Bitcoin to move higher, right? I would like to see Bitcoin put in another all-time high from here, right? So the party can last longer. The higher Bitcoin goes, the longer this bull run will last and the longer that altcoins will have their fun. However, if we do top here after this weekly SFP for Bitcoin and Bitcoin kind of consolidates around here for a bit and Ethereum and altcoins start to fly, which is kind of looking like what's happening right now, then this could very well be the macro top, guys, on Bitcoin here, right? I mean, if Bitcoin consolidates and altcoins go flying, that is going to be a textbook top position, right? Weekly swing failure pattern, weekly bearish divergences as altcoins are flying. Every single top in Bitcoin's history has occurred with that formation. So that's something else that I'm watching out for, okay? Not to get bearish here by any means, but if Bitcoin is to consolidate here without making another all-time high, without pushing higher for that one higher leg up, then this could be the macro top as altcoins finally begin to shine, which would mean that we only have maybe a few more months in this bull cycle, meaning that the 4-year cycle is still intact, right? A lot of people have said this time is different. It's the super cycle. The 4-year cycle is over, blah, blah, blah. But as of right now, it still stands, right? The 4-year cycle still stands for a top in October, November. And again, if Bitcoin consolidates here, we don't put in a new all-time high and Ethereum and altcoins continue to run, that would help further the case that the Bitcoin top is in, that we will see one last alt season before Goblin Town for at least another year. So that's what I'm watching for. Hope you guys found value from this video as usual. Make sure to leave a like, comment down in the comment section below if you have found value, subscribe to the channel for more trading content, and I will see you guys next video.